Hello everyone, this is the story of Sleeping Beauty, a tale of a princess cursed to eternal sleep, a kingdom lost in sorrow, and the true love brave enough to break the spell. Aurora often sat by the tall window, gazing at the world beyond the castle walls, dreaming of adventures and freedom she had never known, her heart filled with wonder and hope. The king, though, wrapped in gold and power, carried a shadow in his heart, for he could never forget the ancient curse that threatened his beloved daughter's fate. In the depths of a hidden lair, the wicked sorceress stirred her cauldron, whispering spells that shimmered with malice, preparing the trap that would one day ensnare Aurora. Aurora wandered through the royal gardens, her laughter mingling with the song of birds, unaware that every step brought her closer to the dark prophecy written in her stars. The queen's heart tightened whenever she remembered the day of Aurora's birth, when joy was tainted by the cruel curse that promised eternal sleep. Far across the courtyard, the young prince trained tirelessly, his spirit noble and kind, destined by fate to cross paths with the girl he had yet to meet. Beneath the whispering branches, Aurora read of distant lands and brave heroes, her imagination painting worlds far brighter than the dangers she could not yet see. In the tower's cold silence, the witch conjured the enchanted spindle, its tip gleaming with a curse that promised to steal Aurora's youth and trap her in endless slumber. Aurora danced barefoot across the meadow, her laughter carried by the wind, every movement bright as spring, never knowing how fragile her happiness truly was. The prince galloped through the ancient woods, his heart guided by courage and destiny, sensing without reason that a greater purpose awaited beyond the horizon. From her balcony, Aurora gazed at the bustling town below, dreaming of a life among ordinary people, free from palace walls and shadowed fears. The king summoned his council, speaking in hushed tones about the curse. For though years had passed, the fateful day of Aurora's 16th birthday drew ever closer. Enraged by the king's attempts to resist fate, the sorceress unleashed a storm of dark magic, her power twisting the air with sparks of envy and vengeance. With gentle hands, Aurora fed the doves, unaware that while her kindness touched every life around her, danger crept ever nearer in the shadows. From the crest of the hill, the prince caught sight of the distant castle, its towers shining against the sunset, as if destiny itself was calling him forward. Curiosity tugged at Aurora's heart, guiding her steps through a forgotten corridor where silence lingered, each candle's flame whispering secrets of hidden dangers. From the shadows, the witch appeared like a nightmare come alive, her grin sharp as daggers, luring Aurora ever closer to the trap she had long prepared. Eyes wide and breath shallow, Aurora moved as if in a dream, drawn helplessly toward the glowing spindle, whose curse pulsed with an irresistible call. With a single touch, pain flashed through her hand, then faded into silence as her body weakened, the curse seizing her in its cold embrace. Gently, Aurora was carried to her chamber, laid upon the royal bed where she lay as if only asleep, yet trapped within a spell of endless dreams. The queen wept beside her daughter, her tears glistening like broken pearls, as the entire court mourned, knowing the curse had finally come to pass. The king's shoulders sank under the weight of despair, for all his power and wisdom could not shield his only daughter from the cruel hand of fate. From afar, the witch rejoiced, her laughter echoing through the storm, for her vengeance was complete, and no force, she believed, could undo her curse. But hope was not lost, for the prince, with heart unshaken, rode with all his strength, determined to face whatever darkness guarded him. With every strike of his blade, the prince cut through the enchanted thorns that wrapped the castle, each step closer to Aurora, each swing fueled by love. The prince faced the witch herself, her flames fierce as dragons, yet his shield held strong, his spirit unyielding, for love gave him greater strength than fear. In her rage, the witch's magic turned upon her, and with a scream that split the sky, she vanished into shadows, undone by her own darkness. Without pause, the prince rushed into the castle's heart, his every step echoing with urgency, for beyond those doors lay the girl who had stolen his soul unseen. Aurora lay in timeless stillness, her beauty untouched by sorrow, as if the world itself had paused, waiting for love's gentle hand to awaken her. The prince knelt beside her, his heart trembling, knowing the legends whispered of a kiss that might break the chains of endless sleep. With quiet reverence, he pressed his lips to her brow, a promise unspoken, a vow sealed not with words but with the purity of love itself. Then, like dawn breaking over the horizon, Aurora's eyes fluttered open, her breath returning, as if love had breathed new life into her very soul. She rose, smiling with tears of joy, her hand entwined with his, and in that moment, hope and happiness returned to the kingdom's heart. The king and queen embraced their daughter, the hall erupting with celebration, for the curse was broken and the light of their family restored. Together, Aurora and the prince stood on the balcony, watching the sunrise over their kingdom. A new chapter beginning, brighter than any dream before. Sleeping Beauty reminds us that even in life's darkest moments, hope must never be lost. The story teaches the power of patience, the triumph of goodness over evil, and above all, that true love, in its purest form, has the strength to awaken hearts and bring light back to the world.